So hello everyone, and happy somewhat damp Friday here on the farm. So coming to you with a bit of an impromptu live video here on Instagram. Of course, it will be posted to IGTV and to my social media accounts later on. And was hoping to do this outside, but again, damp and blustery, so coming to you live from inside the farmhouse. Wanted to talk to you real quick about, the fact that we're just over a week before Canadian Thanksgiving, and I thought I'd reach out and take a few moments to chat with you all and to try and help you with some of those Thanksgiving dinner preparations. So, undoubtedly this year things are going to be different for those of us in most parts of Ontario. And although it's very likely that dinner preparations are going to be scaled down, both in terms of attendees and people that can attend, and also, probably scaling down the food prep, which makes sense, you have less people. That still doesn't mean, though, that you and those in your household, can't enjoy the best of your meal. And, I'm going to chat to you a little bit about how I think I can help you make sure that that happens, that you truly get the best out of your dinner. So, we're all still very much mired in this 2020 pandemic, and as COVID-19 protocols continue, so does the need to also support and drink local. So today I'm here to talk to you about Carlo Estates Winery, located in Eastern Ontario's Prince Edward County region. And yes, folks, Prince Edward County, for those of you that know it, it's very close to Toronto. However, it still falls within the western boundaries of Eastern Ontario. So for me, here just outside of Ottawa, this is a local winery. Full disclosure to everyone, I'm also the licensed wine representative for Carlo Estates for Eastern Ontario. So unlike most of my other videos that you may have seen either on YouTube or IGTV or wherever, with regards to Carlo, I am indeed tied to the products. I'm big fans of the products, and that's how I became their licensed Eastern Ontario rep. So definitely tied to these things. Just wanted to be very upfront with you all. That said, I truly believe that the wines of Carlo Estates can help you enjoy and help you get the most out of your Thanksgiving dinner. If you have these quality artisanal and vegan local Ontario wines in your glass. So back in the spring of 2020, when all this pandemic stuff started, I filmed 2 videos on Carlo Estates and their wines. I took deep dives into the history of the winery, as well as I did live tastings of the full product portfolio of what was available at the time. If you missed any of those videos, the Carlo 1, Carlo 2, I think is what they're called, I encourage you to visit my Somm4All Facebook page. Not Facebook page, my Somm4All, well, yeah, you can see it there too. Also my Somm4All YouTube channel, and you could learn more about Carlo Estates in greater detail. There's a lot to learn, and it's really, you'll be fascinated by what's in there. As a very quick overview for today, Carlo Estates is indeed an artisanal winery, with their products not being available at the LCBO. And each year, the wines they produce reflect the climatic influences that have occurred. So, every year is a little bit different in terms of vintage. Each vintage really is a snapshot. It's its own snapshot of time, of what happened that year. That's, another example of the responsible and committed and skilled winemaking that goes on there at Carlo Estates. Each vintage also sells out. So just fair warning, each vintage, all the wines for each year, they're that popular, and they sell out. So keep that in mind. So throughout any given year, these wines are quickly snapped up by those, those dedicated and those, thirsty wine lovers that really want quality Ontario wine. All of Carlo's wines are also vegan. Actually, they're certified vegan, and it's probably going to be difficult to see here, but I'm going to hold up the bottle and you'll see a little circle that says VEGE Cert. Certified vegan. That means that every aspect of the wine, the winemaking practice, the paper that's used on the labels, and even the ink that's used is all free. It's certified, it's guaranteed free of any trace of animal byproduct. Certified is the key word here, folks, especially for all my vegan friends of you that are out there that are watching and following along. There's a lot of wineries out there that claim to be vegan, vegan friendly or vegan itself. However, without that certified seal, you know, it's possible that despite best efforts, that not every aspect of those wines are indeed animal-free. So, you know, with Carlo, you know, you have that guarantee. That's, you know, they're certified, that's your guarantee. You may be asking, how can wine not be vegan? Well, my other videos go into this topic in greater detail. However, a short answer is that often the wineries use animal byproducts such as fish eyes, you know, called isinglass, or gelatin. You know, these are just amongst some of the few that are being used out there, these animal byproducts. And they use those in winemaking, largely in the final steps, in a step we call fining, which is done after filtering and usually before bottling. These byproducts, these animal byproducts, you know, they're cheap, and they offer a quick kind of method to remove any small bits, almost microscopic bits, of either grape skin that gets through, or stem, or any bits of yeast that haven't fully dissolved, you know, that the filter may not have caught. So that's why they're used. They give you a really clear wine. They strip out a lot of things, including flavor, and of course are not good for our animal friends. Carlo Estates mainly uses time and gravity to achieve the same result. You know, and yeah, definitely this is a more expensive approach, you know, because it takes longer, you know, to get the wine into the bottle. But that's just another testament to the high quality products that Carlo Estates makes. You know, if and when, you know, if it happens that they do need to fine, you know, any type of fining is needed in Carlo wines, they use clay, specifically bentonite clay. It's odorless, flavorless, and is a natural way to fine a wine. But by and large, they use time and gravity. You know, and no, in case anyone's wondering, you don't have to be a vegetarian or vegan to enjoy Carlo wines. All you have to be is open to tasting some of the most premium wines being made here in Ontario. Your taste buds will thank you for it. These wines, Carlo wines, and all the wines that are in front of me, you know, they are indeed premium. You know, under the skillful eyes and skillful hands of Carlo's, what I call dynamic winemaking duo, comprised of legendary Ontario and Canadian winemaker Derek Barnett and up-and-coming rock star in his own right, Spencer Meyer, Carlo wines are produced with minimal intervention. So, you know, they really don't play very much. They let the wines speak for themselves. That's minimal intervention, almost bordering on natural wines. Can't really call them natural wines, but, you know, boy, oh boy, they're definitely close, and that's minimal interventionist. That's Derek's strategy and Spencer's strategy. It's what Sherry, the owner and vintner, is looking for, letting the wines speak for themselves. So, all you need really is a quick taste of any of their wines to really understand the difference that that type of approach makes. That brings me to talking about the wines in front of me, these 6 wines in front of me, and how they can help you, in my opinion, take away any of those, any stress or any of those stressful thoughts you have about what wine should I enjoy with my holiday meal. So without further ado, here's my 6 picks from Carlo for a great holiday dinner. We start on my left, your right probably, but my left, with the 2019 Patio Reserve. This is Carlo's Assemblage style rosé. It's very dry. What that means, dry, not sweet at all. There's no sense of sweetness or sugariness. This is very, very dry on the palate. You know, it's got bright citrus notes. It's got some red berry notes. Take a taste, yep, bright citrus, berry. Little minerality on the palate, along with those citrus berry notes. You know, it keeps it all in check, all in balance. Some great refreshing acidity, very clean on the mouth. Extremely easy drinking, almost scarily easy drinking. This is the perfect sipping while you prep wine. You know, equally would go along very well with appetizers or just having a chit chat with anyone, you know, that you feel you want to talk to. Okay, so Carlo Estates Rosé. Next up, perennial Turkey partner is Riesling. You know, the grape variety Riesling. Riesling and Turkey, they go hand in hand. Specifically though, this is the 2018 Lake on the Mountain Riesling from Carlo Estates. On the nose, I get those telltale signs of Riesling, so some apples, some stone fruit, I get a little touch of flint, so some people call it gun smoke, some people find it flinty. That's from the soil, that's also from the grape. There's a bit of a steely mineral. But with this wine, those are telltale signs of Riesling. But with this wine, all those notes just play very well with each other. There's not one that dominates, so it all just works very nice in harmony. All right, so on the palate, we'll have a little taste. Wow, nice, very nice. Good fruit, bright, very bright, light, mouth-watering acidity, so literally what it means, mouth is watering. That's gonna have your mouth ready to gobble up the next bite of your holiday dinner with this wine. Bite after bite, gobble, gobble, gobble. My EP's getting a chuckle behind the screen. Wow, good stuff. Okay, so now we get serious. A new favorite of mine. This is the 2018 Estate Chardonnay. For me, this is elegance in a glass, and it's just the latest out of the park home run for Derek and Spencer and Carlo Estates in general. Just wow. So every time I smell this, brings me right back to France. Very French, Burgundian, very refined, soft aromas of peach, of citrus. I get some lemon curd and just a little bit of warm butter. It just gets my taste buds very excited. And now we taste. Wow, that's good. Soft, decadent, but not too rich. It's decadent, but not too rich. It's lush. Most of Carlo's wines, because they're vegan, are going to be plush anyways, but this has a beautiful lushness to it. I get those same soft fruit notes, that citrus note as well. Judicious use of oak helps with just add a soupçon of toastiness to this. So just not even a hint, just a soupçon of toastiness. Nod to my French friends. Your turkey, your root vegetables, your potatoes, everything's going to sing along with the marvelous tune that is this Estate Chardonnay from Carlo Estates. Just yum, yum, and yum. Not only do I represent them, but I really like this wine, in case you couldn't tell. All right. Wow, more of that later. So for you red lovers out there, my pick be the 2018 Lake on the Mountain Pinot Noir. Affectionately referred to as the Southern Belle by owner vintner Sherry Carlo. This is definitely more of a delicate style Pinot Noir, but it has tons of class. Very gentle on the nose, hints of raspberry, I get cherry, the pomegranate coming through. Let's have a little taste. On the palate, light, bright, same, red fruit notes come through. A little bit of earthiness. It's so soft on the mouth, it's almost a little creamy. Great example of Pinot Noir that can be produced not only in Ontario, but in Prince Edward County. This is another perfect turkey partner. It would also stand up to other proteins. So if you're doing salmon, as an example, for dinner, perfect pairing. And of course, all your tasty veg going to go along very nicely with the Southern Belle, the Lake on the Mountain Pinot Noir. Just fantastic stuff here. All right. So the Pinot, very delicate and lovely red option. But if you're like my dad and you prefer reds that are, more bold and more attention grabbing, not to worry, Carlo's got you covered. This is the 2018 Petite Pearl. That's going to definitely grab your attention. So medium bodied, and I don't know if you can see this here. I didn't pour a lot in my glass to taste, but almost inky dark, medium bodied, and lots going on in this wine. So if you've never heard of Petite Pearl before, it's what we call a hybrid varietal. It was developed by the University of Minnesota clinically with the specific intention to withstand the cold, harsh climates that you find along the northern U.S. states and by extension, of course, Quebec and Ontario. So it can withstand all those things and still produce grapes that can be under the right hand and the right eye, very, very, very tasty. And that said, Derek and Spencer, again, they coax the best out of those grapes. They produce a wine that has that, bouquet of deep red fruit, floral, little white pepper, some anise, and a little bit of wet cedar. And you know what that's all about because I live in a cedar house. It's wet today. On the palate, I get that cassis again. I get that, that nice stewed plum, those deep red fruits. I get a little kiss of espresso. And it's got that good tannin. So tannin, again, we talk about what it feels like on your gums. Some people call that cottonmouth effect. It's not certainly as tannic, and it's not as cloying on the gums as some other wines can be. But this again will be very good with proteins that are right there. It's going to cut through the fat and the proteins very well, and it's also going to stand up very well to any of those stronger vegetables that you may have, like roasted Brussels sprouts or roasted rutabaga, roasted turnip, those type of things. Petit Pearl will have no problem getting through those. All right, last, certainly not least, is Carlo's Fortified wine. Their 2018 Van Alstyne Red, named one of the top 10 cutting-edge wines in the world. This is indeed the perfect end to a perfect meal. And when we talk fortified wines, we're going to say it's like a port. We can't call it port because it's not made in Portugal, not aged in Porto, but that's what fortified means. So it's got a little bit of that port-esque note to it. So I reviewed this wine in detail, in great depth in the spring. But just a quick refresher, the sweetness of the cooked blackberry and that stewed cherry all plays very well with light chocolate notes, and it's all balanced by very good acidity. And that acidity and that balance keeps it from being really too sweet. This is not ice wine, folks. When we say fortified, it's definitely not ice wine. It's got probably about half the sugar content in an ice wine, so it's not that sweet. For desserts, anything chocolatey, anything nutty, this is going to be perfect. It's going to go along with that. If you're not doing dessert, or you still have some Petit Pearl or Pinot Noir or Chard left over while you have your dessert, then you can easily just sit back and have some good conversation, or you can sit back and think about how good your meal was with a little glass of this on its own. Does it all. So folks, there you have it. 6 great Thanksgiving ready wines. Easy peasy, no stress, and you can have any or all of these delivered safely, conveniently, right to your door in time for the big dinner next weekend. All you got to do is reach out to me before 8 a.m. on Monday, October the 5th. So you reach out to me. You're going to DM me or email me. So DM me through Facebook or DM me through Instagram or email me, Paul at Somm4All.com. So Paul at SOMM4ALL.com. Some more great news. Carlo Estates is offering free delivery on any 6-bottle purchase, 6 or more. So you can mix and match those 6. Not a problem there. All the ones that I have here in front of me. You can mix and match with any of their other wines that are currently in stock. You can contact me today to secure your order and to strike one more thing off your list for next week. As I mentioned earlier, Carlo wines do sell out every year. So this is also a great time to stock up for the next big holiday that's, literally around the corner. Yeah, it won't be long until the jolly old guy in the red suit, this year puts on his mask and shimmies down your chimney. So why not take advantage of Carlo's free shipping now, and order a case or 2 or 3, any of the favorites. Mix and match any of these or any of the other wines they have in stock. If you need more information on other wines that they have in stock for pricing and all that good stuff, again, reach out to me, DM me, email me. Happy to talk to you all. Also, let's keep in touch. Carlo's got some great new wines literally just around the corner. Their Bordeaux-inspired Triumvirate will soon be available, I believe, in the next week or 2. As will their Unicorn wine, which is a never-before-done, as far as I know, 6 French red varietal wine called Sextus. So this is a big deal for Carlo. It's a big deal for Canadian wine. Sexta, so that's coming up. So again, let's keep in touch, keep the conversation going, and check back in with me for more details on those wines and their availability. Thank you all for your time today. Please remember that during these extraordinary times, supporting and drinking local is more important than ever. I really can't stress that enough. And please know that when you do order Carlo wines through Somm4All, you are helping to support 2 small businesses. Happy weekend. Looking forward to hearing from you all over the next 72 hours to secure those orders to make sure you get these tasty wines for your holiday dinner next weekend. Be safe, everyone. Be well. And cheers from Somm4All.